generation coming to a close, and the new generation, coming up pretty soon here. I want to just go through, a bunch of my games that I have for the PS3 that, I enjoyed and I hated, or even, in between. Kind of liked it, kind of at the same time I hated it, but I just wanted to go and just, like I said, talk about different games. Each video is going to be about a different game. And the first game I actually chose is a game that actually came out really early. Actually, I think it is one of the few first games on the PS3 that I actually bought. And it is called Gundam Crossfire. And first of all, we have this main menu here. It gives us different little things you want to look at. You have a mission base here, and if you click on any of these, they have different places you want to go. Military base, the jungle, naval base, and the ruins. If you click on one of them, it actually brings up another menu that has different missions you can take on, and each one has a period date that you have to finish or do it before. And if you look at this, you have different one that says, it gives you the mission. It says eliminate all enemies. Reward is 500 points. Those are points that I'll show you later that what you can spend it on. You have your support MS. That means what other MS mobile suits that can help you. And then you have your period. So that's when you have to do a certain time button. And if you look up in the right hand corner there, you actually see it says UC 0079. 10.31. So right now I'm at 10.31 and I need to finish it before 12.30. So I have a long day for that, but there's some missions that you have to do that like I said, if you go to here, you can have to do. Actually, that's a bad show in there. Let's go to jungle here. I think I did it all. Wow. Naval base, here's a good one. That's what I just got. So I had to do it by 11.4. And then let's go back here. We go to our hangar. And this has all of our mobile suits and pilots and all stuff like that. What you want to do is click on any of the mobile suits, and it brings up you to another different screen that actually shows up what your mobile suit you have and all that cool, stats and all that. You have your customize, and if you click your customize, what you do is you customize, what your MS is going to look like. You have your attack, weapon, defense, and change type. You have your attack. What that does is it boosts up its attack. You have your weapon. What that does is it upgrades, your weapons and stuff. And sometimes if you upgrade it high enough, you get a different type of weapon. And then you got your defenses, and that boosts up your defense against melee attacks or melee and guns. So you can just have better defense between them. And then when you click on change type, it actually gives you a different menu. This is a lot of menu in this game. And you have your your normal, heavy, jungle, desert. So each one has different boost type, and there's different surroundings that you have. So if you want to go like in the more like a jungle area type, you actually want to go hit the jungle attachment, so you have a boost in that. And then you got the desert, and then you also have the naval. So my GM that I have right now is actually a naval type GM right now, so it helps a lot when you're in that type of environment. So let's actually go back here, and then we could pick what type of pilot you want to assign to the mobile suit. And you can have your guy, which is my guy's name, Kevin. I have different pilots that you have from all these guys that you can assign them to different mobile suits. So, and then let's go back here to our main menu here. You have your supply, and that's what it does is if you click on mobile suit here, you have an option between all these mobile suits that you get. And the more you play, the more mobile suits you get. So I'm not too far into the game, so I got quite a few mobile suits. But each mobile suit gives each one of these will be sent to you. So if you click on mobile suit, who is this? Gun tank. It says it'll cost you 2,800 points, and it was going to take you 2 days to get there. So, but I don't want to click on that because I already have enough mobile suits for my pilots. And then you can also hire different pilots to come and help you out. If somebody is not feeling right, you can just hire somebody else. It takes about a day to do it. So if you go and click on next, yeah. So you get time to transfer is 1 day. So Let's go back here. You have your system, that's save and delete and all that. You have your data, and that just gives you the data on your mobile suits and Gundam and all that cool stuff. So, if you actually go to Hangar here, I just want to talk about the little different things here. You actually see that one of my mobile suits in repair, if you can see from that one. That means I just finished a battle, and you know I need time for my mobile suit to be repaired. So as you can tell from, like I said, this is all based on dates too, and it's all these micromanaging that you know kind of gives this game a little bit you know of a different feel. This is where I say it comes from the Federation versus Xeon, because that you also have to pick, you know, okay, so I want to do this at this date, and I want to do that in that date. So that's where it really comes from. And then, you know, once I'm in repair, I can't, you know, upgrade my mobile suit. I can't do that. Luckily, I have enough mobile suits where I can, you know, upgrade, and then, you know, if I wanted to go to a mission right now, I could actually go to a different mobile suit and just click pilot, and you know, click my guy, and I'll move that to that mobile suit. But as of right now, my dude's already set to, you know, to where I want him to be, and I have enough dates where, you know, if time passes by, it takes a few days. Depends on how messed up your mobile suit is. It takes a few days for it to be fixed. If it's not in a bad shape, it'll only take about 1 day. So from there on, we you know, we have, that's pretty much it from our main menu here, and we'll step it up into the gameplay here in a second. Alright, so when we get into battle here, there's a few little small things you want to take a look at, you know, button wise and whatever is on your mini map there. So first of all, I want to talk about is your main attacks and all the, you know, the button layout and whatnot. You have your left joystick that lets you kind of move around your Gundam. You have your right joystick that lets you look around, and then you have your square button, and that's your, you know, main, you know, ranged weapon. And then you have your triangle button, that's your melee weapon. Then you have your circle button, which that does is if you have a special weapon, it actually uses the special weapon. So a lot of times you don't start off with a special weapon. This guy has a grenade, so if I press circle, he's going to toss out a grenade and it explodes. What a grenade does. So, and then the X button is to use your boost, and if you double tap X, you know, you actually take off and fly away, and you know, whatever you want to do. So, and then you have your L1 button, that's to actually zoom, actually lock onto different targets. Then you have your R1, and that's your kind of like your mini weapons that you have for this mobile suit right here. He is a GM, so, or a GM as they call it. I call it a GM, but it uses this head Vulcan, so it's a little mini guns on his forehead. Then you have your R2 button that lets you, you know, zoom in. If you have a, you know, a ranged weapon, you can zoom in with R1. It actually goes into its own little screen. And then if you have your L2 button, actually, what you have is your shield button, and what that does is it pulls out your shield. Actually, your shield should be on your mobile suit, so, or it depends on which mobile suit you have, and it uses the shield to block. So, and then that's pretty much, you know, your button layouts. There is a secret button that they tell you, but something you just don't know is if you press L3, R3, you actually throw your shield out, and then you don't have a shield anymore. So, and it could break. So a lot of the coolest part of the gameplay here is your Gundam can break. He could lose his limbs. He could lose his, you know, left arm, right arm. If you lose your right arm, you're pretty much done for, because that's your main weapon. But if you lose your left arm, that's not too bad. You could get away with that. You could have damage to your legs, and what that does is it's, you know, you won't be able to walk as fast, or run, I should say. And you could damage your head, and then you damage your body. If you damage your body fully, you're dead, because the body is where you sit at. So, just a little bit of what I need to pinpoint on the map here, our radar, is you have you, and then you have that big square there. If you saw what that big square was, it was actually a little place where you could actually go into, and then you can restore a lot of your ammo and whatnot. If you run out of ammo, head back there and restore them. It takes about 9 seconds to refill the whole thing, or it depends how much ammo you use. If you use them all, it takes about 9 seconds to restore all your ammo from 0 to wherever it has to be. You have your triangle, you have your orange dots, those are your enemies. You have your green dots, that's your NPC friendlies, and your blue dots are your pilots that you use for your mobile suit. So, and at the end of the mission here, you actually go into a screen that gives you all the little tidbits of what you did, you know, how much health you have left, and they kind of calculate it all into, you know, how many points you have, and those points, like I said, could be spent on customizing your mobile suits or buying different mobile suits and hiring different pilots. Alright folks, so yeah, little taste of, you know, Mobile Suit Gundam Crossfire. And what are my thoughts about the game? If I have to rate it between, you know, good, bad, there's decent, and then it's between decent and bad. I mean, it's capable. It has, you know Gundams and, you know, mobile suits. What I like, you know, I was a big Gundam fan, and but, you know, what brings it down is really, you know, its core mechanics, the gameplay itself. You know, it's not broken, but just little things like its frames per second. I mean, you know, I'm not a, you know, expert at, you know, judging frames per second. I'm just eyeballing it. I think it's sitting on maybe 15 to 20 frames per second. And that's bad for the type of game where you have to be somewhat precise and all that. But, you know, and then you also have its clunkiness of the mobile suits. And, you know, I can kind of leeway that a bit, because the fact that mobile suits aren't supposed to be, you know, smooth like a Gundam is. The other ones are kind of clunky, so you can kind of say, that kind of works in that favor, but it doesn't help when it's clunky and the frames per second is bad. It just doesn't mix well. So, then graphically it looks okay. Even now when I'm playing it, I'm like, that's not too bad. Terrain looks horrible, but the mobile suits themselves looks pretty good. And then you gotta see that water physics. It looks fantastic. No, it doesn't. The water physics looks weird. I mean, when you step into it, it's like bloom, 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 and it just looks like, I don't know. It just looks all funky. But what I like from it is actually it's micromanaging points before going into a battle. I mean, being able to buy and customize a mobile suit, that's awesome. You know, having a full you know, team of, you know, GMs, or gyms as they call it. I call it GMs. Having a full, you know, team members of GM and all that is pretty cool. I don't know if you can have a full member of, you know, Gundams, but that would be pretty cool. You know, having 2 other Gundams with you going against, you know, a whole bunch of Zaku's and stuff, and just destroy them. That would be awesome. But I'm pretty sure they have some kind of limit, like, oh, you can only have 1 because that's how it is. But yeah, the micromanaging part was cool. You know, being able to hire different you know, pilots for your mobile suits, being able to buy mobile suits, being able to, you know, customize your mobile suits and all of that. You know, make them stronger, make them, you know, whatever. All the little stuff there was cool. But at the same time, you have the very, very difficult looking menu. I mean, you go menu to menu to menu, and then one menu that I hate the most is that pilot menu. Is you have to pick which pilot you want to put into a mobile suit, and that just, it's confusing. It's not confusing. It's just like, hey, who do you want to put in a mobile suit? I want to put this guy, right? Well, you know, if you click on him, it doesn't say, oh, hey, this guy's piloting this mobile suit already, so you can't use him. No, they don't say that. They just said, okay, you want to put him into that mobile suit? Yes. And he gets swapped into that mobile suit. And it doesn't make sense. I want to put somebody who isn't in a mobile suit into a mobile suit. They need that's the part that is frustrating the most, because I have to literally like, you know, memorize their last names. Like, I don't want to memorize any names in here. I want to memorize the mobile suit name, but not the pilot's name. I know my name already, so I don't need that. But just imagine having, you know, 10 different pilots and, you know, moving them around to get into the. Oh my head would just. I would just give up the game. Throw the controller down, go cry in the corner, and all that. But luckily, you know, you kind of work with it. But but like I said, just imagine all that work just to get into one mobile suit. But you know, like I said, the game itself is not that great, but it's enjoyable. I mean, if you put it on easy, you can just roll through everything. There's a few stages that are pretty tough on easy, but other than that, you can just they really don't attack you. They're not super aggressive when it's on easy. But the game itself, like I said, it's broken. I don't even know how the heck did it get out of Q&A. They probably didn't even bother doing it. They're just like, hey, let's put it together and throw it at you. And then these guys who, I think they're called Beck, like BEC, the guys who developed it, they developed some pretty cool games. A lot of the games that I like too, like that, they developed a Dragon Ball Z game for the PlayStation. I don't remember what it's called, but it's the one where you have the little guys. Anyways, but yeah, so like I said, decent, bad, it's in the middle. So hopefully you guys enjoy the video here. You know, it's my first video, so we'll see, you know, how it works. We will add some more little things here and there. But like I said, hopefully you guys enjoyed. You know, don't forget to sub to my channel, Omegabalmung 99. I put that on the description. And don't forget to check out my other video that has a special giveaway. So there's just a little requirement you have to do, but that's easy enough. It's nothing too hard. But anyways, this is Omegabalmung, and I'll see everybody next time.